Thanks for joining us at Right On Replicas, where we're proud to bring you the best scale model kit reviews on the planet. This review covers the 1940 Ford Fire Chief's car. It's a 125 scale kit from MPC, number 815. Now the copyright is 2014, and that's when it was re-released because it's been reissued a number of times prior to this. It's a skill level 1 snap-it kit for young modelers, and it's got about 40 pieces molded in red, tan, and black parts with chrome pieces, clear and transparent red parts, and water slide decals. This kit is designed to catch the eye of the youngster and be simple enough to build to keep their interest long enough to finish. And it does that very well, being molded in color. It's got positive placement points and clear directions. And it could easily be built that way with no additional work and turn out to be a great first model for the budding hobbyist that they could be proud of. And the box art shows how it would look just out of the box. I would consider it an excellent transition kit because it includes water slide decals, and this gives a novice the chance to put together a nice looking kit and learn the techniques of decal placement. So give round 2 kudos for bringing the model back. With a little help from an adult, a child could put this kit together in just a few hours or less, but I decided to add a little detail to it to make it more appealing to the intermediate modeler. It is quite attractive as a shelf sitter, and as you can see, it comes in a retro style package with 3 trees of parts along with the body, chassis, and accessory trim. It's a curbside kit. There's no opening hood, trunk, or doors, and the interior tub is pretty basic. It's got no back seat, just like an old business coupe. It's more like a roadster that's been converted to the Fire Chief's hot rod. So the interior parts are there, but it's all in one tub. The dash panel and the steering mast are just about all that's separate, and the body's in 2 halves with the fenders separate from the cabin. The fit isn't that good, so you'd have to do a little work there to get a real good fit on it if you want to glue the pieces together. Now the wheels are molded in halves, and like from styrene like the old days, but they do have raised Goodyear lettering on them. While the fit isn't perfect, the kit is remarkably free of flash. They did a good job cleaning up the molds, and it's nicely packaged with separate bags for the chrome and the window glass. Here are the decals for the kit. They're very colorful, and they're pretty opaque, so you don't get much bleed through on color. The register is good, but the large decals can be a little tricky. Sometimes you need solutions, soften them up, but in this case they're pretty thick and easier for children to handle, so they should go right into place with plenty of warm water. As I had mentioned, this kit was re-released in 2014, but they're still out there on the secondary markets and the auction sites, and you can still find them pretty easily. The first thing that I did was take the chassis, which is all one piece, and then assemble the wheels, the 2 styrene halves, around the wheels, and those are nice looking chrome reverse type rims with hubcaps, and I highlighted the lettering, although you can actually turn those around and mount them as black walls if you like. Don't be afraid to use the plastic axles. They're pretty sturdy. So just go ahead and slide those through the chassis and snap the wheels onto them. I decided to paint the body more of a deeper red to approximate a fire department's color. And I decided too that I did not like the dual flashers on top. They're kind of pointed in awkward direction. So I removed them. Sanded those off, and then added some putty up there to smooth that out and completely remove the dual flashers. I then decided to put a single flasher in the middle of the top of the hood or the roof there, and so then I drilled a hole to accept the boss from the bubblegum machine. After cleaning up the parting lines and a little bit of edge flash around the fenders, I gave the overall a sanding and then painted it with some medium gray primer inside and out. I gave the fenders the same treatment and then went ahead and sprayed both the body and the fenders with some Krylon medium red to give it a nice fire chief's appearance, and it came out pretty well. Now the next thing that you can do is to snap the body over the fenders by starting in the front. You just insert the front bumper brackets through the holes in the fender section and then just locate the posts on the frame through the holes at the rear of the car. Now you can snap on the grille, the headlights, the sirens, the bumpers, the exhaust pipes, and the running boards. Now it's time to add some more of your details before you go on, and I used a simple silver Sharpie marker to highlight the tail light bezels on the lower fender section and then the trim on the upper body. Now you can install the bubblegum light or lights, the spotlights, the trunk handle with the plate, and the radio antenna. Now everything just snaps into its location easily and positively. I added a little color and detail to the interior by spraying the tub flat black, and then I brushed the seats and the dash with some tan color and picked out the gauge recesses with a little thinned black paint. Now snap the dash into place and feed the steering mast through the loop at an appropriate angle. Now place the window glass securely into the cabin portion over the posts provided and add the interior right on top of those posts and snap the whole upper assembly onto the fender section. There are 4 posts on the lower section that locate on bosses in the upper, and you might find it necessary to sand them down a little bit to get a good fit if you had painted the body. There's some large snap latches that protrude through the lower body at the base of the running boards. Put some firm, even pressure on the top of the car and engage those latches in a downward motion. Grab those decals now, and we'll use plenty of warm water to soak them for about 1.5 minutes. They're pretty thick, so children can handle them. Just put them in place and then smooth out any water or trapped air bubbles underneath them and make sure that they're nice and flat. And then move on to the next one and let them dry overnight. Well, there you have it. This is a simple kit, and it's meant to be. If you've got a youngster that you want to get into modeling, this would be a great start. As you can see, if you detail it, it's still kind of attractive as a model for a shelf sitter, and you can put this together in a weekend yourself with some detailing, or just an hour or so with a child as a snap kit out of the box. So if I were you, I'd buy one and put it on my shelf. Well, we hope you liked this premium step-by-step model kit review, and so that you don't miss any more, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Or you can find us on Facebook or at our website, rightonreplicas.com. Thanks!